Welcome to week 7 of We Got The Beet. My name's Janelle Smith, and I'm a Family Nutrition Program Assistant for Adult SNAP Ed here in Lynchburg and part of the We Got The Beet team. Today we are going to make watermelon salad with a honey lime mint dressing. So we're going to start off with our mint. So we're going to take our mint. Now if you're lucky enough to have mint in the garden, you didn't have to buy it. I had to buy this. So mint is very, very fragrant. So I'm just going to pull the leaves off here, and this is my trash bin. So we need about 1/4 of a cup. So when you take the mint and you kind of smash it between your fingers, it releases the oil and it's very, very fragrant. So I'm going to take my mint leaves and I'm just going to kind of gather them up in a ball. Instead of trying to chase them all over my cutting board, I'm just going to gather them up in a little ball here, and I'm going to take my knife and I'm going to use kind of an ellipse motion. You see how my knife never leaves the cutting board. So I'm going to draw it back, the point is down, and then I'm going to push it down and forward. And then my other hand is acting kind of like a claw to hold the ingredients in place. So this is about 1/4 cup. And then I'm just going to take my knife because I want to chop this nice and fine. The recipe says to put it in there and muddle it. I'm just going to chop it up real fine. And just go back over it and over it and over it until it's nice and fine and chopped nice and small. Alright, so I'm going to take that, I'm going to put it in my bowl. All that lovely mint, the kitchen is smelling lovely already. Alright, the next thing we're going to add is our lime. So we've got a lime, and this is something I think is always interesting. When you buy a lime at the grocery store, most of our produce comes with a little sticker. And so the sticker here tells you what it is, because sometimes you may not recognize what a fruit or vegetable is at the store, but most of us know that this is a lime. And this lime, the other piece of information that you get from this little sticker is where it's from. So our lime that we're using today came from Mexico, just south of the border. Now, in order for this lime to give up its juice, you really want to mush on it. So I just kind of take the heel of my hand and roll it around, so what was once very hard is now nice and soft. So we're going to do 2 things with this. We're not only going to take the juice, but we're going to take the zest. So I'm going to use a zester. You can also use this type of zester. So if you use this type of zester, you take it and you pull it back like so, and then it gives you little curly cues like this, which you can just chop up nice and fine. Or if you don't have either of those tools, you can always use a peeler. Now a peeler, you want to be careful and just get the zest. You don't want to get that pith, because if you get down in there in that pith, it's going to be very bitter. Okay, so I'm going to take my lime and I'm going to zest this guy. It's going to be super, super smelly good here. Alright, so zesting the lime, so you can see it gives up the zest pretty easy. And this is called a microplane zester, what I'm using here. And they have them that are really fine like this, and then they have them with larger holes where you can even do things like hard cheeses like Parmesan Reggiano or Assaggio or Asiago, I guess I want to pronounce it right. Let's see, so we're almost done. We want to get as much of that zest off as we can. There we go, we've pretty much got the best of it. Now, some of it collects on the back, so I just like to take my finger. I'm not making the salad for anybody else but us, so I'm using my fingers. Alright, so there's our little lime. Alright, now I'm going to juice it. So it's nice and soft, look at that. Boy, look how easy that juice is coming out. So I'm just going to squeeze, and look how that lovely lime is giving up of its juice. Then I'm going to take my thumb, and I'm really going to get in there, and I'm going to mash all those little vessels to make sure that we get every last drop out of that lime. And I'm going to do the other half. All right. Okay, I'm gonna wipe my hands off. Next, we're gonna add our honey. So I'm lucky enough to have a neighbor that has her own little apiary. So I have my woodland apiary honey. So I'm gonna add a tablespoon of that. So a tablespoon's your big one, not your little one, but your big one. Capital T is tablespoon. All right, look at that. So we'll let that yummy goodness go down. And then I'm going to take a little whisk. You can use a whisk, a spoon, whatever you have. And I'm just going to kind of mix those ingredients up. Now, I don't always necessarily add the honey. It's plenty sweet for me without it. But we're going to make it as the recipe calls for today. All right. So, before I use my lime, I washed it. Scrub it. If you don't have a vegetable scrubber at home, this is a great investment. Because even though we don't eat the outside of this watermelon, it grows on the ground and it's covered with germs and bacteria. So if you didn't wash the outside of it, when you take this knife and you cut into it, you push all the external bacteria and germs right inside on the flesh, which is the part that we eat. So I've already given her a good bath. I scrubbed her, I scrubbed the lime, we're good to go. So watermelons are a funny little thing to try to cut. So what I suggest is take your watermelon and just shave off a nice little piece on one side. And then, there you go. She's not all wobbly on you. So I'm just going to start cutting. And this calls for 6 cups of watermelon. So there we go. We're going to cut this off. And then I'm just going to kind of use my knife to get out the nice red flesh. I think this is going to be a good watermelon. It sounded nice and crackly when we cut it and pulled it apart. And my deer in the backyard love the rinds of the watermelon, so I'm going to go feed them this afternoon. They will get these. So I'm just going to kind of cut this into cubes, just nice bite-sized cubes. And I forgot my measuring cup, so I'm going to hop over here and grab it. So 6 cups. So you want it just in nice small bites when you're eating a salad. All right, so there's 1. And the next I'm just going to cut off a cross section here. And you can cut your watermelon however you like it. This is just what's easy for me. And then I go around and I just kind of make these cuts because I don't want the white, but I want to preserve as much of the red, the fruit, the actual fruit, as I can. So this is the method that I use. Watermelon is my most favorite food in the world. 95% of it is water, so it's also very good to keep you hydrated during the summer. Okay, so I've sliced that, and I'm just going to make slices one way, and then flip her this way, and cut it into nice little cubes, good bite-sized cubes. All right, so that was 1 cup. And so we're not baking. You don't have to be super precise with this. 2 cups. 3 cups. Oh boy, this watermelon smells very good. This is going to be a wonderful salad.
Well, certainly. That's
4 cups.
Yeah. Hey.
That's my mom chiming in there. She likes watermelon too. All right, so we have 5 cups. I'm just letting them kind of roll over the top. 1 more cup here. Oh, and there's a seed. 6 cups. All right. So 6 cups. That's about how much you're going to get. So that's about 6 servings, because you think about a cup of fruit is a serving. Let me grab my spoon. All right. So now I'm just going to take this and give it a nice little stir. And you can see down in there, you can see the mint and the lime zest. And this is really good if you make it up, let's say you're having a barbecue or a party. I would make this up about an hour ahead of time and then just let it kind of chill in the refrigerator. It's also good, you can pile this on top of a salad, like a bed of salad greens is also good. So I hope you enjoy this. You can make this at home with your family. And thanks again for watching. We Got the Beet.